You know, I've got to check in with you about Pilot Pete. He is the gift that keeps on giving. We love Pete. We saw him and Kelley hanging out. He recently said they're not together. They're not a couple, but you never know what the future might hold. Do you see them as a potential pairing that could work?
Well, let's just say this. He says they're not together, and I believe him there, but they're together.
Exactly.
I mean, so look, I think he's being smart. He's being prudent. He's been through a lot. His family's been through a lot. So I think he's trying to pump the brakes as much as you can while you're quarantining with a woman. But I think he's trying to officially say, hey, I'm going to take it slow here. And that's probably the smart thing to do. But
do we think Barb would approve?
I like that he's kind of shipping himself, right? He's like, I want this to happen. And I know Barb would approve because, you know, Barb was kind of starstruck when she met Kelley at the After the Final Rose special. So it's Barb approved, it's Peter approved, it's Bachelor Nation approved. I really think, in all seriousness, they had this great chemistry, even when they met before the show, just kind of that karma moment. The show just wasn't right for them. The show wasn't right for Kelley, and it didn't help them foster that relationship. So maybe, just maybe, his love story is not done.
Checking in on the Bachelorette. Obviously, we were all so excited to see Claire kick off her season. Where did you guys sort of stop down with production? Had you started shooting at all, or?
I mean, unofficially, I just had shot an interview with Claire as we were about to head to the driveway for night one.
Wow.
And clearly we had to pull the plug. We thought, look, we can't even start this. And so, no, I mean, essentially we started it, but not really. She didn't meet any of the guys. We were just getting dressed for night one when we stopped production. And so we're all chomping at the bit to get back to work. I mean, I was honestly just looking at my calendar before I got on with you, and we would have been over halfway done. You know, I was thinking today, Claire may have already found the love of her life. Things had been normal. And that kind of breaks my heart because I love Claire, and I was so excited to start this journey with her because she's not just a bachelorette, she's a very good friend of mine. And so it's crushing me. And I know and look, there's bigger problems in the world, but I can't wait to get back with her. She will be our bachelorette, and we're going to get back to it as soon as we can. Safe.
I was so fascinated by this concept when I was watching this last season of The Bachelor. So tell us about The Bachelor Presents Listen to Your Heart.
It's genius. It's wild. And the fact that we kind of got this concept from A Star Is Born, you know, it was that moment with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper of like, wow, they may just drop on stage and make love right now during Could we sprinkle some of our special Bachelor dust on that and create that in real life? And so that was the concept of Listen to Your Heart. It's really, think Bachelor in Paradise meets A Star Is Born. Right. It definitely has that feel of paradise of, at first you will have those rose ceremonies of, you know, women voting out men handing out roses to women. That's how it all starts. And then we'll get into the musical part of this.
Okay. And then I'm curious to know, what is sort of the ultimate goal, or is there a prize? Is it just multiple couples can pair up and you win a happy relationship?
No, the idea is we're going to have one couple come out of this. Hopefully we'll have multiple couples, but one ultimate winning couple. Okay. And the idea is, as I tell the contestants on day one, it's to have it all. You all want love. You all want a music career. You're not here for one or the other. You're here for everything. Could be created to where you get it all. That's the goal. And one couple hopefully will leave this with everything.
And are we going to see any of our Bachelor or Bachelorette favorites from other seasons, or will there be no crossover? Is this an entirely new thing?
Well, as far as contestants go, they're complete unknowns. These are new people you do not know.
Okay.
But, of course, you will see familiar faces. Our celebrity panel, once the performances start happening, we have a celebrity panel of judges. And some of that's from the music world. Kesha, Jason Mraz, Pat Monahan, Rita Wilson before she went off to Australia. And then we also bring in some of your favorite Bachelor couples like JoJo and Jordan, Rachel and Brian, and Caitlin and Jason, because we want them to have their professional eye on these couples. Do they have the chemistry? Do they have that love that can last?
And speaking of Bachelor couples, we'll see if any come from this season. It sounds like there will, because I was seeing the chemistry heat up in that trailer that you guys are playing.
No, I'm telling you, it's amazing, and it was fun to see. It's a whole new show. Yes, it has that familiarity, but as a producer, it was fun to stretch a new muscle and realize the concept works. We're good at what we do, and we're great at creating those relationships.
And when's the premiere?
Monday, April 13th on ABC.
Dang, I'm living for you and Lauren. Escapades on Instagram. I've been following her and all of her quarantine updates. How much fun are you having in quarantine? Obviously, as we all maintain safe social distance and make the best of what we're dealing with right now.
Yeah, well, Lauren, my girlfriend, and I are quarantining together. And look, what do you do when two TV hosts are quarantined together? We got to do something. So we created a show. And actually, you know, Lauren and I both kind of have this younger audience, and I know The Bachelor does. And we thought, how could we reach some of these people who aren't quarantining and aren't keeping a safe distance? Because at first, people weren't. And, you know, I think California and New York kind of led the way. So we were all locked in place. And I know the rest of the world was kind of on spring break. And I'm like, guys, we got to stop this. So Lauren and I decided we're going to start this this show, Group Date, and it's kind of taken off now.
Yeah.
Some thing, and it's cool. We created this charitable giving side of it, as well as creating a sense of community until people can get out of their houses.
I love that. And just really quickly before we dive into the other stuff, the charitable side of that. Talk to me a little bit about what it does when people join in on this group date. I saw, is there like a cameo component also?
Well, at first, the way it started, you know, Lauren and I, as many of us do, we do these cameo videos where people can get videos from us, and they can go to, I have a website, and people can order videos from my website. And immediately I said, you know what, I'm going to start donating everything I get to charities that have to do with COVID-19. And then it's taken up to another level. My friends at Fledgling have created this text donation where I'm splitting it between American Nurses Association and Direct Relief, two great organizations, helping nurses, helping doctors get all of this equipment. And so now, again, we've kind of kicked it up a notch, and we've raised thousands and thousands, over $10,000 for all of these charities. It's been, look,
awesome.
The least we can do with our platform is to help and do something, create a little sense of community and give while we're doing this.
Absolutely. Well, we love what you're doing. Thank you for it. We're also asking everyone what their quarantine nickname is. Okay. So it's basically your mood right now and the last thing you ate. So a few days ago, mine was energetic chicken thighs. That was my quarantine nickname. So how are you feeling right now, Chris?
I'm exhausted, hot tea.
That sounds like a show we need. Can that be the next spinoff? Can you please take that to Instagram? I would be a loyal viewer.
Back in the day, we talked about spilling the tea. Now it's just exhausted hot tea.
Exhausted hot tea. What are you watching while you're in quarantine? I'm assuming you've seen Tiger King like the rest of the
Lauren
world.
and I were obsessed with Tiger King. I have so many questions, although I think I know that Carol Baskin probably killed her husband. But no, I started my career in Oklahoma City. So it was interesting. I started watching and had no idea this is set in Wynnewood, Oklahoma. That's not too far from Oklahoma City. So a lot of the people that I worked with at Channel 9 were on the Tiger King documentary. I'm like, oh my gosh, I know Kelley Oklahoma. This is wild. So it's this whole other side of this that has connected me to my prior life in this business.
Wow, got it. Well, we also have this thing going around right now. Have you seen the Bachelor edition of the mansion that you would pick to live in? I
did. I am in Mansion 5, and I don't dislike my mansion. It's kind of tight. I got
well, I was going to ask
We're going to have a good time. I have Wells and Caitlin Bristow. I'm set.
You're good. So you wouldn't pick another mansion, because I was going to say, if you had to pick one outside of your mansion, who are we going with?
I'm going to cheat for a second.
Okay, take a look.
I can't pick Mansion 5.
Nope.
Let's see. I'm going to.
You got to tell me why.
Wow. Mansion 3 is pretty good, but I would have to kick Waboom out because there's nothing to do with that. Mansion 4 is pretty tight. JoJo, Madison, Kelsey, Robbie Hayes, Mike Johnson. He's going to protect us. Victoria F. and Jason Mythic. I think Mansion 4.
Mansion 4?
I'm going to go Mansion 4.
There we go. Okay, Mansion 4 for the win. You've been posting lots of throwbacks from seasons through the years. It's hard to believe you're coming up on 20 years of this iconic franchise. How does that feel when you kind of go through memory lane and realize I've been entertaining the masses for 2 decades with this thing that's so loved?
It's wild, and on top of that, people in this quarantine have gone back and found these old episodes. And so unfortunately, people are now posting these videos of me on night 1, day 1, 18 years ago. And I, looked like I had my dad's suit on. I'm not sure why we were tailoring suits back then. no gray hair, no nothing, but it's wild to go back and see some of these snapshots. But, you know, I always try to keep in perspective how blessed I am about this franchise. It doesn't happen, you know, this business. Yeah. You don't last 18 years, and not only lasting 18 years, but expanding. We're more socially relevant now than we were back then. We're about to launch a new franchise, for crying out loud. That doesn't happen. So as you see the years have gone by and how many people, how many lives we've touched and created life, literally, it's bizarre, but an amazing blessing.